Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for Studio 512. We're happy to have you. Starting tonight, the Hideout Theater is doing a very unique fundraising event that you won't want to miss out on. It's their 48-hour, you didn't hear me wrong, 48-hour improv marathon, and performers Roy Yannick, I'm sorry, I'm doing my best with the Czech last name, and Natalia Rubio are joining us to tell us more. Guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. So Roy, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
What does 48 hours actually mean? Because I'll tell you, I actually spoke with Al Roker when he was trying to create his Guinness World Record for like longest amount of time doing weather. And by about hour 36, which is when I talked to him, he was kooky.
Yeah, and that's most of the charm of the event. But literally, there are 8 people, performers. We're 2 of them that are going to be performing 48 hours straight at the Hideout, starting at 5 p.m. Every hour is a different show, so there'll be guest performers and concepts. 1 hour it might be improvised Shakespeare, then freestyle rap, then just whatever, then a kids show. And we get like 10 minutes between each show to like go eat or take a really quick power nap or do whatever we have to do.
Throw a slice of pizza in
Yeah.
and keep going. That is a pretty high goal to achieve. I mean, 24, I would have said really difficult.
Yeah.
48, I'm concerned about y'all. But 8 very brave people willing to do so, which is really cool. And I do think it's probably going to help to have something new every single
Yes.
hour, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, people always try to make it easier on us by like keeping it vague, or they're like, oh, wouldn't it be easier if it was just you the whole time? We're like, no. Please keep throwing challenges at us.
We need the inspiration, right? And I think about like, you know, sleepovers when I was a kid. The most fun you had was when you started to go without sleep and everything got really giggly. And I'm hoping that the audience gets to go with you on that very cool journey. So Natalia, if you wouldn't mind, let's talk a little bit more about, you know, what attendees can expect. So you've been doing improv for 3 years, which I think is so cool and kind of new still to the scene. Yeah. So for those folks who like have never been to an improv show before and they're walking into this marathon of yours, what can they expect when they come through the door?
Yeah, well, it's just like any other shows, just 48 times in a row. So you would go in, the Hideout is also a coffee shop, so you'd go in through the coffee shop, get your tickets at the box office, and then one of our house managers will lead you into the theater, and then the show will begin 48 times.
Wow, you guys are going to need some of that coffee. And go ahead, Roy.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, and since it's improv, it's completely unscripted. So the shows that people see have literally never been seen before, and they'll never be seen again. We like to say it's the opening and the closing night of that particular show. So we don't know what characters we're gonna play, what situations we'll do. We don't have any of the lines down, or because there are no lines, or what plot lines will develop. So it's all made up in the moment.
I'm so glad that you brought that up because it relies so heavily on y'all's creativity and your ability to have chemistry together, right? That like I just want to double down that like they have not practiced this. You've practiced trying improv before, but to your point, even if you were given all of the same stimuli, all of the exact same inputs, you would never get the same show out.
Every show is completely different because it's about collaboration and it's about community. And so even the audience is part of that. The things they laugh at, the things they don't laugh at, the things that they're clearly leaning in on, that tells the performers what's working and what's interesting. And then we build it all piece by piece with each other.
And keep working from there. Okay, Roy, this fundraiser means a lot to y'all. Usually the money goes towards summer camps for kiddos. And of course we want kids in summer camps. They're coming up, y'all. But this year it's a little bit different. Can you talk to me about what's going on?
Yeah, so every year it has been a fundraiser for our kids program, but the Hideout has been in our location in downtown Austin since 1999. So almost 26 years now. And we need to find a new home. So we are looking for a new home, and we're going to have to build that new home. And the estimates we've gotten on building that new home are extraordinarily expensive. So the fundraiser and the marathon this year are higher stakes than ever. They are to help us with that relocation fund. And literally the money we get from the fundraiser will help determine if we can have 2 theaters or 1 theater, or what it looks like or what it feels like or what sort of space we can feel. But luckily, the great part is that we have a huge community that has a quarter of a century of experience, like lifting each other up. So I don't know, we're hopeful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the community to do it in, right?
Yeah.
And we want Austinites to continue to come out and support, because we have to keep the arts alive. Absolutely. Okay, Natalia, other things are going on. So it's not just this marathon. You guys get to sleep at some point. Severance fanfic show. Talk to me about it, because I've seen every single episode, girl.
Yes, so we currently have a show called Severed. It's essentially just improvised Severance fan fiction. So the improvisers are playing the characters that you know and love from the TV show, and just playing fun improv games together and creating a whole new world as the characters.
There were so many questions with that show that I think there is a lot to work with. I would change the season 2 ending. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, Roy, there's also an improv musical coming up in July.
Yeah, it's called Villain, and you might already be able to guess it's inspired by Wicked and similar shows, but there'll be different kind of fairy tale villains getting their side of the story. It's an ambitious show with a cast of 17, a full band, which is almost unheard of in improv. And just like with all of our other shows, the songs, the choreography, the lines, it's all improvised, it's all made up on the spot. So it's not like we're improvising scenes around songs that you know. The songs are all made up too.
The songs are made up, the dances are made up. I mean, you just have to like follow along with the person next to you.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, we're going to have to leave it here, but I just wanted to ask real quickly, Roy, in about 5 or 10 seconds, talk to me about how tickets work.
Oh, yeah, you can go online at our website, hideouttheater.com, or you can show up in person literally any time from 5 p.m. Friday to 4 p.m. on Sunday. Go to the box office, there'll be someone there, and they'll sell you a ticket.
Okay, and it's badges, so you can be there for a while or hour by hour.
Right,
Correct.
There's an all-access pass you can buy, or buy hour by hour.
Okay, I'm impressed, y'all. Good luck to you. Break a leg out
Thank
there.
you so much.
Okay, thank you. The Hideout Theater, as you heard, y'all, has been around since 1999. Help support them in their journey as they search for a new home. Check out the full schedule for the 48-hour improv marathon and learn more about upcoming events at hideouttheater.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Ranch Road Jewelry. A sparkly jewelry store may not be the first thing you think of when it comes to celebrating Dad for Father's Day, but Ranch Road Jewelry has lots of wonderful pieces that can give Dad something thoughtful that he'll never forget. George Poe, a father himself, is also the owner of Ranch Road Jewelry, and he's here to tell us more today. So George, my first question is, when people normally come through the door ahead of Father's Day, what are they looking for?
Rosie, you know, when they come in, they're having a hard time figuring out. Dad's always kind of has everything that he ever has wanted.
It's so difficult to buy for.
So when you think of Dad, you got to think of something real special, something engraved, something monogrammed, a keychain, even necklaces and watches. You know, usually the wife can figure that one out to help the kids pick out for Dad.
Let's talk about your custom work. You did mention engraving. Of course, we can talk about birthstones. But really, if somebody comes in and they've just got an idea of something they'd like to do for Dad, y'all can help.
Well, with almost 50 years of doing this, you know, I've kind of heard everything, I've kind of seen everything. But, you know, if you come in with an idea, hand engraving something, his lighter, his keychain, a knife even for that matter, we can do that. But when it comes to fathers, you know, you'll know when it feels right.
Mm-hmm. And you can actually turn that work around pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, within a few days. That's
Okay.
easy. And if we get pushed on it, I'll knock it out a day or two, you know, right before Father's Day.
Anything you can do to make the customer happy. I
Correct.
love that. You can help fix some of these heirloom pieces.
Oh, definitely. Pocket watches are a biggie, even wrist watches. Some go back to when their father was with the railroad, or it was a retirement watch, something that means something to them. We can always get that worked up to where we can revitalize it, renew it, you know, get it back in working shape. Maybe they even want to pass it down to their son or grandson.
People can actually come in and make a deal with you if they bring in some of their old pieces that they're not using or wearing anymore.
Oh yeah, definitely. We get it all the time. It's You know, it's a time when you either have some bullion left over, you have some broken change, you have some old jewelry, and you just want to know what it is. Come in, get a free appraisal, no pressure. I'm going to walk you through it, tell you what you have. I'll even show some ideas of what they go for online, but I'm going to make sure you're comfortable.
That's wonderful. Well, we appreciate your time, and happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Rosie, remember, when you see this face, you're in the right place.
Stop by and shop in person or bring a picture of your inspiration for a custom piece to 1400 East Whitestone Boulevard, 1 block east of 183A. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Ranch Road Jewelry. Welcome back, everybody. Western wear is so in right now, and let's be real, it's always in if you live in Texas. If you're looking to complete maybe your cowboy or cowgirl look with a custom bolo tie, Katie Heiselberg, designer and artisan of Austin Bolo, and sister brand Katie Kismet can help. She's joining us to talk to us more about her Build Your Own Bolo experience. Katie, good morning.
Good morning to you, Rosie. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've had you on to talk about Austin Bolo before, but those bolo ties are getting ever more popular. I tell you what. Yeah, so I want to ask how you got into them.
Okay, so a lot of things I do feel esoteric, but when I got into glass in 2018, from the jump, I started making statement rings and bolo ties. And I was drawn to the creative challenge of putting a fresh spin on a traditional accessory. So I grew up in Houston, little city slicker Texan. I do have ranching in my roots from my grandfathers. But I also have a modern aesthetic, an innate modern aesthetic.
Oh, yeah,
and then I married into Scandinavian family. And so all of those things dovetailed, and it seemed like a fun creative challenge, and they've really taken off.
Yeah, you've done some really cool things with it. I want to hear about your Build Your Own Bolo event. So is this a new idea, or has this been going on a while?
I've been doing this for over a year.
Okay.
But it's really gained some traction and taken on a life of its own.
Especially because, once Beyonce does it, you know what I mean?
That's right.
There's really a big influx, I think, of people looking at traditional Western wear right now and seeing how we can, just the way you have kind of naturally gravitated towards modernizing it, doing the exact same thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
I always tell people it's just another necklace. It's just another way of neckwear for men. So it really is sort of an accessory of our time. Also, it's gender inclusive, it's size inclusive.
Oh, that's a really good point.
And it can be styled a variety of ways, which we might get into later. So the Build Your Own Bolo experience is, I let myself go beyond glass. So I do still hand make glass items for the experience. I also curate vintage finds and conchos and natural stone. And I always recommend people they start with their slide, and choose their slide first, because it's the hero of the piece.
That's the name of the thing that people see.
Yes,
the
yes.
slide.
Okay. Some people call it the ornament, but I've found that sometimes that's confusing. They're like, Christmas ornament. So I call it the slide. And then from there, is your slide asking for a darker or a lighter cord? Do you want leather? Do you want a non-leather option? And then from there, also the tips. I offer way more than this. I like to put out a huge variety, a buffet of different kinds of tips. And the tip is a metal element, generally speaking, that goes on the bottom of the cord.
So this is the way the thing stays on, your slide stays on, and I've never once thought about the fact that this could be ornamental as well.
They are actually, and they're largely decorative at this point. There's usually a clasp in the back, and that helps keep the slide wherever you want it. So you get to decide how you want to wear it that day.
Gotcha. Okay. And I'm so glad that you brought up the different types of things that you work with, found pieces here, some natural gems. But I do just want to point out for anybody who hadn't seen your glass work before, I've got one of your glass rings. It's a half moon, and I'm obsessed with it. I wear it all the time. But such fun, bright pieces. And so if people are into Katie Kismet, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You can see, rings and all sorts of really fun things done with that glassware.
Yes, for sure. Katie Kismet is sort of the modern art, pop art side of me, and then I just created sort of a collection within a collection, which is Austin Bolo, and and that's where you can find all my core collection, which is all handcrafted and in glass, and that's what's on the websites.
Super cool stuff. So if you're maybe thinking about doing it for a corporate gathering or for a bachelorette party, would this be the right sort of like hangout?
Yes, this is a great hang. It's very low lift. It's very easygoing, if you will.
You don't have to be great at anything in order to do this.
No, and I am so excited to guide you through the process. It's one of my favorite parts of doing these events is answering people's questions and helping them make decisions. And so it's not super time consuming. It gives you a lot of time to hang with your friends. And after you design, I assemble the bolo tie, usually on site with you. And so you get to see your finished product at the end and take it home.
I love that. It's always nice when you do an event that you get to take the thing home that day.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so talk to me about how to style a bolo tie, because I think this is where I get a little bit hung up. I think maybe we just saw a picture of Liam Neeson. I'm not convinced, but he was rocking a bolo tie, and as you said, traditionally a menswear piece. How can we wear it in a modern way for everybody?
Sure. Well, I would say what people normally think of is what you see on these cards here, where it's worn formally in place of a necktie or bow tie all the way up at the top. I never wear a bolo tie that way in my life.
Yours is a much lower set
than
the one that you've got on today.
I've chosen, in regards to my neckline and where my necklaces are layered, I've chosen to have it be sort of the base of that neck stack, if you will. And I always say the lower it goes, the more it just behaves like a pendant. Okay. But also in more masculine styling, just a t-shirt and partially down like this is a very cool way of wearing it.
Okay, so when I'm thinking t-shirt, don't wear it traditionally all the way up. Like, yeah.
That's not what I would
advise.
advise.
A little bit more casual.
Follow your bliss, but
yeah, whatever makes you happy, actually. But I did also want to ask about, Father's Day, because here we are talking about, something. I'm sure there are a lot of Texas dads out there who revere the bolo tie. This is, for example, what my boss wore in the 80s and 90s.
That's right. I have a picture of me in the 80s wearing a bolo tie for Go Texan Day, and I wish I could find it. Yes, so if you have someone who collects bolos in your family or have a father figure in your life who has been a little bolo curious, I always like to say, this is the year. I have my stock updated at austinbolo.com, and tomorrow is the shipping cutoff for free standard shipping to get to you by Father's Day. But then if you're local, which if you're watching this, you might be, I offer local pickup. I'm in Brentwood, and I'll offer that through the 13th of next week. So.
Okay, so you can delay a little, but not much, y'all.
Okay. Stock is limited.
And there's a really good discount code that's happening at the bottom of the screen. We'll have to leave it there. Katie, thank you so much. And guys, the first 25 people to use that code that you saw, Studio 512, will get 25% off their order. I love it. So order by June 7th, as you heard, for free standard shipping by Father's Day, or local pickup in the Brentwood neighborhood by June 13th. Go to austinbolo.com right now to start shopping.
Hey everyone, Maddie here from Studio 512. Come with me on a trip around the world, right here in Austin. I hope you're hungry. Let's first check out the Rose Bakery, located in the Arboretum.
I'm Chef Julie Merti. I'm a pastry chef behind the new location, the Rose Bakery. And also I have a bakery shop in East Austin. And you can also find my creation at the farmers market. We started 8 years ago at the farmers market. It was incredibly popular, and from there we expanded our menu. I've been formally trained in a classic French pastry culinary in France. I'm the youngest member of the Académie culinaire de France.
Julie is the only female member of the largest culinary organization in the world.
One of our most popular or best-selling item is the almond croissant. Our almond croissant is very special. Or quiches, as a savory product, very popular at the farmers market. She's very talented and I learn a lot from her. She's very passionate and perfectionist in everything that she does. My favorite things would be the cannelé Bordeaux, this one, because I like it to have it with a coffee. It's not always perfect, the shape. Like today, the cannelé is kind of perfect, but sometimes, but the taste is always the same, yeah. The taste is always the same.
Thanks, Julie and Melanie. Everything here is so delicious. This is a great place to check out. Coming into East Austin, let's stuff our face with some Mexican desserts.
My name is Mariela Camacho. We've been in this location since March of 2023. All of my family, we just love sweets. We always had pan dulce on the table. We always had milk fudge or cajeta, really sweet, beautiful things around. So I just was very interested in it. One of the favorites is the pink cake that we do. It's also called cortadillo or pastel de niños. And then of course the conchas, very iconic. The empanadas got Texas Yukon Gold potatoes, which are awesome. They're beautiful and creamy and they almost have a vanilla taste, so good. The frosting on the pink cake is with prickly pears. We have farm to table here in town. We've got Barton Springs Mill, milling beautiful grains for us to use. Because my heritage is Mexican, of course I want to use also Mexican ingredients and spices that we can't get here in Texas. There's such a bounty and so much beauty and nourishing, healing indigenous ingredients growing here. I am a baker. It's giving me a future, it's giving me community, it's giving me purpose.
Thanks for a great time, Mariela. I'm coming back for the empanadas. Now let's stop for ice cream at OMG Squee!
I'm Sarah Lim. I'm the owner of OMG Squee. Here at the bakery, a lot of the inspiration comes from just my third culture Asian American experiences. So a lot of the food is just stuff that if you're Asian American especially, it's really nostalgic for you. We started actually out of my house as a cottage food baker. Started out at the farmer's market making cute little pop culture macarons, and eventually we grew a small cult following before we got into brick and mortar. And then we opened here at our location in East Austin. Our most popular items here are probably the taiyaki sundaes and the mochi donuts. And if you've never had a mochi donut, it is kind of like a chewier, cakier donut made from sweet rice flour. And it has a nice, soft, chewy texture. Taiyaki is a traditional Japanese pastry that is usually a cakey, almost like a waffle with filling in it. And so ours, we stuff them, but then we also put ice cream in them. So very Asian American kind of influences there. I designed all of the merch, the stickers. I designed the taiyaki sign. It's made from an LED neon, and so I just kind of made an old wood cutout, painted it, put the neon on it. In Chinese culture, a lot of times you kind of like a more chewy, not overly sweet dessert versus Western pastries. You kind of have a lot more fluffy, dense, fried. Yeah, the things we do here, I think, have just a little bit of an Asian flair, and that's just inspired by my heritage.
If you have a sweet tooth, this is your new favorite place. Here I am vibing with my taiyaki sundae and my boba lemonade. Thanks for a great time, Sarah. So try something new this summer. Shop local and enjoy these scrumptious desserts from around the world. Catch more food and fun at Studio 512, live every weekday at 11 a.m. And follow us on our social media. Shout out your favorite place in town and tell us why you like it. That's all for now. Stay cool, Austin.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Austin Habitat for Humanity Restore. Austin Habitat for Humanity Restore supports the mission of Austin Habitat for Humanity, which helps families achieve their dream of affordable home ownership. Today we're talking with Shelby Allen, Ben White Restore Assistant Manager, and Bertie Samilpa, not only a HUD certified housing counselor, but also an affordable housing manager. Shelby, we're going to start with you. What can folks expect when they walk into a Restore?
They can expect a little bit of everything for everyone within the entire building. We have everything to offer, from construction materials to clothing, accessories, anything that you could possibly want. Like, we pretty much have everything.
June is National Homeownership Month, I know. So let's talk about where the profits go from Austin Habitat for Humanity Restores. I know there are 3 of them locally, and how they support Austin Habitat for Humanity's mission.
The profits that we generate from all 3 of our stores in Central Texas go directly into providing affordable communities for families in need.
Okay, Bertie, we're coming over to you. As someone who works closely with future Habitat homeowners, what does shopping at the Restore mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. It's exciting to come in here and see the inventory. You come in here and you don't find the same things, you find these unique finds, but at the end of the day, it helps to support our mission. We have with our homeownership program as well as our repair program, so it does help.
Shelby, what kinds of items can people donate to the Restore? And can you talk to me a little bit about how the process works?
We accept donations 7 days a week. And we also have our procurement team that will actually come out to your home and pick up your items. If you go through the website to get that set up, they will come and pick it up. They'll bring it to us. Other than that, 7 days a week, anything from clothing to construction materials, and that list is available online.
If someone is interested in learning about affordable home ownership through Austin Habitat for Humanity, you can still help them out.
Yeah, they can go to our website to apply. In fact, if they go to austinhabitat.org, they'll go to our program. They'll click on the link, and then they'll give them some information regarding our program and the requirements for the program.
Thank you both so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
To learn more about the resources offered by Austin Habitat for Humanity and to start your homeownership journey today, go to austinhabitat.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Austin Habitat for Humanity Restore. Following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Austin Bergstrom International Airport's food and retail program, Beats, Bites, and Flights. It's Studio 512 at AUS. Today we're coming to you from the Austin Bergstrom International Airport, and we're focusing on something that a lot of travelers could use more of: relaxation. We're talking today with Michael Turcotte. He's a manager and massage therapist of Express Spa here in AUS, and he wants to talk about the services they have available right here for passengers in the terminal. So Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about what Express Spa is all about.
Well, Express Spa is the largest global international spa inside airport that serves thousands and thousands of people daily.
You do head-to-toe services. Can you talk to me about what that means?
What we have is a neck and back chair, which we do face down, which covers the neck and the back. And then we also have these zero gravity lounges where we do foot massage, we can do hips, waist. We hire some of the best therapists to do some of the best work, and we tailor our work to what your needs are. We have people that are traveling for good reasons and not so good reasons. So not only are we treating the muscles, but we're treating the people, the passengers.
Something really exciting happening is that you're just about to launch brand new services.
We're just about to launch oxygen therapy, which is huge inside the airport. I think there's a couple other airports that have it outside, but they don't actually have it while you're waiting for your flight. So we're going to be offering like an 82% oxygen unit that you'll be able to use here in conjunction with the service. And you'll be able to buy it and take it with you if you like as well.
Cool.
So, here's 15% oxygen as we breathe. It works great to bring more clarity, help with jet lag, help with all sorts of aches and pains. We do have a lot of repeat customers, and we're starting a VIP program. And we also have daily specials. So if somebody has a long layover, we want to make sure that they can do a 45-minute service at a discount rate. So those are all the exciting things that are happening, and they're really proving to the passengers love it.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, you can feel better, believe it or not, in the airport.
Yeah, it's amazing how much we hear, thank God you're here.
Yeah.
We love it that you're here.
They can just walk up, correct? And where are you located?
So we're across from gate 16. So in the Austin Airport, it's one open concourse, so no matter where you are, we're located close to you.
I love it. Okay, Michael, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Take a moment for yourself and unwind at Express Spa. For more information or to get on the wait list before you arrive, scan the QR code on your screen. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Austin Bergstrom International Airport's food and retail program, Beats, Bites, and Flights. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Landers Premier Flooring. Hey everybody, I'm coming to you from a gorgeous 6,000 square foot showroom where they've got just about every type of flooring you can imagine and then some. It's Landers Premier Flooring, and we're talking today with Stephanie Landers to learn a little bit more about the business. Stephanie, first of all, I've got to say, what sets y'all apart from the competition?
Oh wow, there are so many things, but I think, you know, we've been here about 20 years. It's a local Austin family-based business. My husband and I are the co-owners. You'll see us here in the store working in and out, day in and day out. But I think one of the key things that sets us apart is really our people. I mean, our people have an average of 9 years of experience here in the flooring business. Wow. They are your project managers when you come in. They don't just measure you, they don't just pick out your things. They are your project managers. They're there from start to finish with you doing your project. And we think that's a really important characteristic to have when you're spending so much money on flooring.
Absolutely. And so we're going to talk more about kind of the comfortability of knowing that you can come in here and make some great choices and be really excited about what's going to be put at the house in just a few minutes. But I do want to ask a little bit more about your showroom, if you wouldn't mind, because this is a really pretty place.
It's beautiful. Yeah, we've spent a lot of time, energy, effort making sure that we have samples for you to be able to check out, to look at. We've got 6,000 feet here of carpet, wood, tile, laminate, vinyl plank for you to choose from. And it's just really a comfortable shopping environment. We'll have the game on Saturdays. People can sit in the couches and watch. You know, everybody can have a little bit of fun. But we also have just really quality manufacturers in here. We really vet our manufacturers.
Let's talk more about the types of flooring you offer, because I don't even know what all's out there.
Oh, wow, there's so many things out there right now. We have wood, carpet, tile, cork, wool carpet, we have vinyl plank, we have all different kinds of flooring. And we also have some brands that are very rarely seen here in Texas that are exclusive to Landers. And one of them is Riva.
I was going to say, right, the table that we're looking at right
here.
here.
We're standing on it. Riva is a beautiful, beautiful white oak product out of Spain. It's available in 3 sizes, up to 10 inch. Makes it really easy to pick, you know, what you want. It's available in 2 different grades. It comes in a character grade, which has a little bit more knotting in it, and it has a smooth grade, which is a little bit more contemporary look. But our sales consultants are really here to help you understand your project, your lifestyle, your budget. Do you have pets? Do you have kids? Is this flooring going in an area where you're coming in off the pool and need to use the restroom? You know, there's all these kind of things that come into play. And so we guide you through the showroom and kind of pick the best products for you based on all those factors. And so you don't have to worry.
Sounds good to me. Stephanie, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Visit the showroom in person or call to schedule a free consultation appointment at 512-873-9470. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Landers Premier Flooring. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Age of Central Texas. Age of Central Texas helps older adults and family caregivers thrive as they navigate both the realities and the opportunities of aging and caregiving. CEO Suzanne Anderson joins us now to talk about their brand new Thrive Social and Wellness Center. So Suzanne, first question to you. Talk to us about the center and how it supports older adults and their family caregivers.
Great question. Thrive Centers truly are the best kept secret in supporting aging and caregiving in our community. Older adults that have physical disabilities or cognitive impairments can attend our program, which is really, really important. We do specialize in dementia care. Participants in our program get to participate in enriching activities. We have nutritious meals. We have a breakfast and a lunch. We have health oversight because we have a nurse on staff. And I think one of the most important parts of our program is the fact that it is in community, which helps to fight social isolation, which has its own health implications. For caregivers, one of the most important parts is it just lets them breathe. They can go to the movie, they can rest, they can run errands.
So how does AGE help families access affordable, high-quality care? That's another thing, is you want it to be high quality.
Absolutely.
Because you want your loved ones taken care of.
We're licensed by the state of Texas, so we have absolutely a certain oversight that makes sure that we are providing excellent, excellent care for our older adults that are with us. From a financial standpoint, we are 1/4 of the cost of in-home care if you just take 1 week.
Whoa.
1 week of care. It goes even for assisted living, that can be $65,000 to $75,000 annually, to memory care that can be over $100,000. A whole year of services with us can be $15,000 a year. That's every day you attend.
That is really crazy. All right. How can people get in touch, learn more, and most importantly, schedule your new center? You said, we put all this work into making this beautiful place. We want people to come out and see it.
Absolutely. You can go to ageofcentraltx.org, or you can call us on our main line at 512-451-4611. We have 2 centers, one up in the Williamson County area and one in South Austin. We're open 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So when you call or find out more information, you can connect with us to ask more questions. And we really want you to come take a tour of either facility so that you know where your loved one will be.
Wonderful. Sounds good to me, and congratulations.
Thank you so
on
much.
the new center, Suzanne. We appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
Learn more about programs and services offered at ageofcentraltx.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Age of Central Texas. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Ranch Road Jewelry, Landers Premier Flooring, and the Austin Bergstrom International Airport's food and retail program, Beats, Bites, and Flights.